everyone. If you've ever stared at a screen and felt like the colors just weren't quite right, today's episode is for you. We're diving deep into the ASUS ProArt PA27DCE-K, a 27-inch 4K OLED masterpiece that promises to turn your Mac into a true color creation studio. Stick around, because we'll break down every spec, test it against real-world workflows, and see whether this monitor lives up to its lofty ProArt pedigree. First off, let us talk about the heart of the machine, a 26.9-inch 4K HDR OLED panel with RGB stripes and a 99 DCI P3 color gamut. That is not just marketing fluff. OLED means each pixel emits its own light, so you get perfect blacks and instant pixel response. Pair that with a native 3840x2160 resolution, and you're looking at over 8 million pixels delivering razor-sharp detail. For a photographer editing raw files, that extra pixel density means you can zoom into the fine grain of a portrait and still see every nuance. For a video editor working with 4K footage, the HDR support, both HDR10 and HLG, delivers the same dynamic range you'll see on a cinema screen, making grading decisions far more accurate. Now, color depth. The PA27DCE-K boasts true 10-bit color and a staggering 1,000,001 contrast ratio. In practical terms, you're getting 1,024 shades per channel instead of the 256 you'd find on a typical 8-bit display. That translates to smoother gradients, no banding, and lifelike skin tones that pop without looking oversaturated. Imagine designing a brand identity where the exact shade of blue must match a corporate guideline down to the hex code. This monitor renders those values so precisely you can trust what you see. But precision isn't just about the panel, it's about calibration. ASUS claims world-leading E1 color performance, and they back it up with ProArt Hardware Calibration technology. The monitor includes a built-in color sensor that can store up to 3 user profiles directly on the panel. You can run a quick calibration routine, and the monitor writes the profile into its firmware. No need for external devices or software every time you power up. For studios that share a workstation between a photographer, a UI designer, and a video editor, you can switch profiles in seconds and maintain consistent color across all disciplines. Uniformity is another hidden gem. OLED panels can suffer from slight brightness variations across the screen, but ASUS's uniformity compensation evens out those differences, ensuring that a white swatch in the top right looks identical to one in the bottom left. This matters when you're compositing VFX layers. Any shift in luminance can throw off keying and matte generation. Connectivity is where the PA27DCE-K really shines for Mac users. The single USB-C port carries DisplayPort video, data, and up to 80 watts of power delivery. One cable plugs into your MacBook Pro, and you're instantly feeding a 4K HDR signal, charging the laptop, and gaining a hub for peripherals, keyboard, mouse, external SSDs, all through the same connector. No more cluttered desks or juggling multiple adapters. Compare that to a typical 27-inch IPS monitor that might need a separate power brick, HDMI, and a USB hub. The ProArt's streamlined setup saves both space and time. Let us walk through a day in the life with this monitor. You start by opening Lightroom on your Mac, pulling up a raw portrait. The OLED's deep blacks let you see shadow detail that would be crushed on a standard LCD, while the 99 DCI P3 coverage ensures the highlight roll-off is smooth and natural. You switch to the print profile stored on the monitor, and the colors you see on screen match the printed output within a delta E of less than 1. Moving to video, you launch DaVinci Resolve, load a 4K HDR clip, and the HDR10 metadata is interpreted flawlessly. The contrast ratio lets you see the nuance in nighttime cityscapes without crushing the blacks, and the 10-bit depth prevents banding and gradients like sunrise skies. Finally, you finish the day by opening Photoshop to design a UI mockup. The RGB-stripe layout ensures that each primary color is rendered with pinpoint accuracy, so the blue you choose for a button is exactly the same shade you'll see on a client's iPhone. How does it stack up against the competition? The Dell Ultra-Sharp Up 3221Q is a 31-inch 4K mini LED with a built-in colorimeter, but it relies on backlighting, which can never achieve the absolute black levels of OLED. The LG Ultrafine 27MD5KL is also a 5K OLED aimed at Mac users, yet it lacks the ProArt Calibration suite and only supports a single HDR format. In contrast, the ASUS ProArt offers a richer feature set, dual HDR formats, hardware calibration, and that 80W USB-C power delivery, all at a price point that, while premium, undercuts many mini LED rivals. Before we wrap up, a quick note on potential drawbacks. OLED panels can be prone to burn-in if static UI elements linger for hours. ASUS mitigates this with pixel shift and screensaver routines, but users who keep toolbars or timeline static should enable those features. Also, the 27-inch size might feel a tad small for those